In our previous video, we took a ferry from Liverpool all the way up to Douglas in the Isle of Man. In today's episode, we'll try to explore a few places inside the island of Isle of Man. So today we are hitting the road early in the morning, and let me tell you, we've got a whirlwind of awesome stuff planned. First up, we are heading all the way north to the tip of the island, the Point of Ayre. We are lucky enough to see some seals as well, who are trying to move away from the land and getting into the sea. So a perfect place for a morning outing with some history lessons as well. We see the old lighthouse and we see the seals. So that's what we are here for. Built way back in 1818, this is the oldest lighthouse on the Isle of Man, and it's still guiding ships safely to the shore today. Such a beautiful this Point of Ayre is, but please note that there is nothing here available, no restaurants. There are some washrooms, but we don't get anything to eat here. So it's better to have breakfast and come here, or come very early and have breakfast somewhere on the way to the next place. Having said that, we are proceeding towards our next destination, that is the Peel Castle. Here we are at the Peel Castle. This imposing fortress dates all the way back to the Vikings, and it's seen some serious battles over the centuries. It's exactly at the middle coast of the island, and you can see the flag of Isle of Man. Bring it here. Beautiful place. This fort has a history of around 4,000 years of history, it seems, even though the structures look not older than I think 500 years, but I think they are remnants of prehistoric life here. So the view of the beach just along the fort walls is amazing. You can see the turquoise blue waters there, and not too much crowd. By this time we were quite hungry and we were waiting for some restaurant, good restaurant to have food. So we decided to head over to the Sound Cafe, which is almost at the southern tip of the Isle of Man. So we are now at Tosla Cross. So this cross was built in the mid 19th century, and this is also the southernmost tip of Isle of Man. Pretty beautiful it is, and just opposite to this viewpoint is the Sound Cafe, which is a pretty good cafe for having a quick lunch. See a lot of seagulls here. One seagull is just right behind me, and you can see some seals as well. So the island just opposite to this one is called the Calf of Man. So it's a smaller island which is just adjacent to the Isle of Man. Hmm. Next up, we are stepping back in time at Krignish, an open air museum that showcases the traditional Manx life. There are volunteers here who help us understand how people used to live here back in the day and how their houses used to look like, what's the architecture of the houses, and the sheep, of course, we can see a lot of plenty of them here. Should be. Should be. Should be. Just outside the village, near the parking lot, is the prehistoric cane circle. You could see a series of stones here which were placed back in the 4th or 5th century BC by the prehistoric man. You can see the circular stretch of circles here. Next on our list is Castle Rushen. Unfortunately, it was time by the time we reached the castle and the gates were closed. Most of the tourist attractions here close down at around 5 o'clock in the evening, even though it gets darker much later, maybe around 8:30 or 9 o'clock in summers. Suppose that we are heading back towards Ramsey and we are calling it a day. So that's all for today's trip. I'll see you in the next episode where we explore a few more hidden gems in the Isle of Man. See you till then. Bye.